Okay, I think this is going to work okay. I have another book. I have another author I really like. Hint, hint, I'm wearing his t-shirt. And he's another LA person. If anything makes me love LA, it's this man and it's that woman, Francesca Leoblog. So, this is one of his most well-known early works, The Books of Blood, a series of short stories. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, or I don't know how much I'll read. This is just, I'm going to start at the beginning. Volume 1. Page 1, The Book of Blood. The dead have highways. They run, unerring lines of ghost trains, of dream carriages, cross the wasteland behind our lives, bearing an endless traffic of departed souls. Their thrum and throb can be heard in the broken places of the world, through cracks made by acts of cruelty, violence, and depravity. Their freight, the wandering dead, can be glimpsed when the heart is close to bursting, and sights that should be hidden come plainly into view. They have signposts, these highways, and bridges and laybys. They have turnpikes and intersections. It is at these intersections where the crowds of dead mingle and cross that this forbidden highway is most likely to spill through into our world. The traffic is heavy at the crossroads, and the voices of the dead are at their most shrill. Here the barriers that separate one reality from the next are worn thin with the passage of innumerable feet. Such an intersection on the Highway of the Dead was located at number 65, Tollington Place, just a brick-fronted, mock Georgian detached house. Number 65 was unremarkable in every other way. An old, forgettable house, stripped of the cheap grandeur it had once laid claim to. It had stood empty for a decade or more. It was not rising damp that drove tenants from number 65. It was not the rot in the cellars or the subsidence that had opened a crack in the front of the house that ran from doorstep to eaves. It was the noise of passage. In the upper story, the din of that traffic never ceased. It cracked the plaster on the walls and it warped the beams. It rattled the windows. It rattled the mind, too. Number 65, Tollington Place, was a haunted house, and no one could possess it for long without insanity setting in. At some time in its history, a horror had been committed in that house. No one knew when or what, but even to the untrained observer, the oppressive atmosphere of the house, particularly the top story, was unmistakable. There was a memory and a promise of blood in the air of number 65, a scent that lingered in the sinuses and turned the strongest stomach. The building and its environs were shunned by vermin, by birds, even by flies. No woodlice crawled in its kitchen, no starling had nested in its attic. Whatever violence had been done there, it had opened the house up as surely as a knife slits a fish's belly. And through that cut, that wound in the world, the dead peered out and had their say. That was the rumor, anyway. Okay. Maybe more later. Hey, and check it out. This is an old library book. In fact, I got this for, it was probably, actually this was a free library giveaway book. I didn't even pay for it. And check out this old-fashioned library card. Isn't that awesome? Okay. Goodbye.